Today we're talking to Bruce Lipton.
We're so excited.
We have been waiting for this.
Over a year.
Yeah. And we are, we're
You're the
so
superstar,
honored.
Bruce. You're the superstar.
Yeah.
No, I'm just a happy boy. That's all I am, Katrine.
I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy, happy, happy boy. Yes, you are. And we saw you in Denmark 3 years ago.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Yeah,
pre-COVID.
It was my 40th birthday present from my husband to go in and see your lecture.
He didn't buy you anything really precious? He bought you a lecture? What kind of husband is that?
Best present ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was only 3 hours. I could have listened to you forever. Yeah.
I appreciate it very much. And I know that your lives have been so profoundly influenced by this topic of who are we? Why are we here? What are we doing? And I know that
yes.
you have been given lessons to work on real hard. That most people have in this
we're still learning.
Yeah.
Still going through some stuff.
Yeah. Can you please explain to us why?
Why? It's a very good reason why. Why do things happen to us? You know, when people come into our lives, why did they come into our lives? Okay, so we talk about your son, or was it your son, right?
Well, we have a daughter and a son, and our daughter
the son is 12 or 13. The son 12 or 13.
He's 14.
He's 14. Yeah. Yeah.
And the daughter is how old?
She's 9.
But mentally more like 3.
Yeah. Well, there's a lesson here. And unfortunately, you are a recipient of that lesson. But the idea is you have made something very powerful and positive from this lesson. You have created a way of giving information to other people. You didn't know that your daughter coming in was instrumental in moving you in a direction. So she came here with a mission for you. Exactly. A lot of people think like, oh my goodness, you know, they came in and they had some big problems in their whole life. And I say, if you really understand life, it's like a movie film, you know, the film that they show the movie and it's got frames, each frame going down. And I go, our lives are like a film strip with frames. We have 1,000 frames. And I go, what, 1,000 different times we've been here or not? And I go, so what does that mean? I go, well, sometimes we come in not for our benefit, but sometimes we come in for the benefit to teach other people something. And they donate a life. They donated it, okay? But the fact is, but when they altered you, then they altered hundreds and hundreds of other people because you took that message and that lesson and are bringing it out to the world. So when people come in and they have problems, they come in, why do they have problems? Well, it could be karma from the past, you know, something that was way off and they have to come in and adjust it. But they also can come in to help us. That, you know, if we have 1,000 lives, what's one that you donate? You know, the World War II, the Holocaust. Yeah. How many million people donated their lives to teach us a lesson today that we should be still honoring? Yeah. You know, did they do that for themselves? Why did they end up that way? And it's like they gave their lives to teach the world. So we come into the world to have our life experiences, but we also come into the world to help other people, and that is part of humanity. And your daughter's entrance to this planet changed your consciousness profoundly, I presume, and changed your life profoundly. Yeah. And all of a sudden you see, then she has had a major impact on your life. That wasn't an accident. That was you were being set up to learn and program, but more importantly, teach others what you have learned. And that's the most important part. And what I appreciate about you both is that both of you have created a dedication to help people on this planet. And so thank you. Thank your daughter. And in the end, when you think about it, your life today is what it is because of the way she came in, what she is. And
Absolutely.
that's real important for us to understand that somebody has come in to teach you something profound.
Yeah.
And to teach us, because then you teach us what you learn, then we become aware. And
Yeah.
the idea of evolution is increasing consciousness, expanding our intelligence and all that. And so teaching is one of the most profound, important jobs on the planet, because it helps the others lift up as well. But you and I, both of you, me, I had lessons, but I had to learn those lessons so I can get from the learning of the lesson to today teaching the lesson.
Yeah.
We go through the experience. And so I just want to appreciate you, and I appreciate your daughter, because when you see it from the point of how has your life changed and how has the world changed because your life changed, that is evolution. So it's very important. And thank you very much for your personal contributions to this world. It's very important to sit back and say, because you're so busy putting out. There's a point where you have to stop and say, but wait, there's something coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's coming back is you play a significant role in this evolution of this planet. That's an important role in the planet. So thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you. So I 100% wholeheartedly agree with everything you said, and like the lessons that we have learned weren't necessarily lessons that we in this incarnation, like the experience that we have now, wanted to learn.
Sometimes you get dragged
kicking and screaming all the way. Yeah.
But you didn't know where you were going, and you don't know until you get there what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just in my own personal story. I learned the understanding that we are creating this life. I learned that. Okay. Yeah. My life wasn't that good. So I learned it. And that was oh my God, that's how you create a beautiful life. I'm going to go and tell people. Yeah. So I got some people together and I kept saying, if you understand what I'm saying, you can create the most beautiful life. And then they look at me and they go, Lipton, for a guy who says you know this, your life doesn't look so good. Oh my God, I was talking the talk, but not walking the talk. Yeah. That was the hard part that come in. The first was the learning, and then the part was now make that learning part of your life, and then you can teach it. But I could not teach it when I just told people, here's the mechanism, because it didn't come from me. It just came from my head part. But I had
how did you move from like those experiences? Like I know you've had some tough experiences yourself that has been a catalyst for you to become who you are now, that you to unfold you, so to unveil the you that we see now, that so many people, including us and many of our friends and the people that have signed up for this summit, they love. I don't think that's too big a word to put in the mouth of everyone. Like I sense a profound love for you, because it's love is like the reflection. So you are an embodiment of love that can reflect that love. So how did you move from getting those experiences and then into like embodying them?
Because when I got the experiences, it was a science. This is a mechanism, environmental signals affecting proteins, which then affect DNA. And I could go through the chemistry, right? And it was a mechanism. So it was easy for me to say, this is the mechanism.
Yeah.
But it didn't come from me as a person who understood the mechanism by using it. I never used it. I was just, that's how it works, but I didn't use it. And as I told you, when people started to go, your life doesn't look so good for a guy who says you know how to create this, I realized, I can't talk about this until I do it. And that was the point that said, don't talk about it, do it. And I remember, because I was thinking, what if I try it and it doesn't work? And then I go, well, then I got nothing to talk about. So
that's...
there was a moment of anxiety because I said, I got to try this.
Yeah.
But the beautiful part is immediately the first thing I even did, simple, just a simple thing. And my life was, oh my God, I get a different result from thinking, engaging the new thinking. And I got a different result instantly. It was like, oh.
Can you tell more, like,
it was so simple. It was simple. Okay, I just tell you it was simple, right?
Yeah.
I was working in my office, okay, and when I was working in my office, one of my colleagues came in at the faculty in this university, and he said, Bruce, don't forget, Saturday night, we're having the faculty party. What are you bringing? And I go, and I think about it, and here's my mind. Those are the worst nights of my life, to hang around with people I don't associate with or socialize with. Everybody's sitting with a drink, looking around, wasting Saturday night. And I realized I work all week. I'm going to give away Saturday night to go stand around with a drink and not, and all of a sudden I said, and I'll explain this, and it's a real important part of our understanding that we'll share in a minute. I said, do I want to do this? I go, no. And I go, because why? It's my life. I'm giving away a Saturday night when I'm not working to go do this. And I said to myself, I don't want to do this. So I just said, I forgot, I can't go. I have other obligation. I can't go. And he looked at me, he's like, you're not coming to the faculty party? I go, no, I made a mistake. Oh, and he walked out. And the moment he walked out the door, I went, I'm not going. I don't have to go. I could have Saturday night and play. I could have Saturday night, do what I want. And then the first thing I said, what else can I get rid of? And that started me, because it said, you can change how you're engaged. Now, let me explain the engagement part. This is so cool. Life is based on energy. We always talk about that, energy and life. If you have energy, you got life. If you have no energy, you don't have life. That's the way it goes, okay? Energy is life.
Yeah.
And I go, money in our world is energy. If you have money, you can do something with it, okay? So I say, so what? I said, well, you have a checkbook. I say, yep. I say, do you go down the street and just write a check to somebody, Katrine, what a nice scarf you have. Here's $5 for you, okay? Oh, what nice, oh, you're so pretty, let me give you $5. I said, you don't go around throwing your money out. I say, why not? Money is your life. You run out of money, you're in a lot of trouble. So guess what? Logic. You don't spend money unless it's something coming back to you. You can give it away like to a charity, but then that affects the world. So you're giving to something that affects you indirectly, okay? But you don't give money away, because if you give money away, you're giving away your life, right? I say, but our energy in our body is our life, the amount of energy. So I say, every time you use energy, it's like writing a check, energy check. I got to go to the faculty meeting. Oh God, I got to write a check. I'm giving up the energy for Saturday night. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go, wait a minute. Just like a checkbook for your money in the bank, you could have a checkbook for energy in your life. And I said, what does it mean? I said, you don't write checks unless it's for something that comes back to you. You don't just give it away. Okay. And I say, when you engage in life, you use energy. Every engagement is energy. Now the question is this: look at your life and say, how much of the things that I do, because that's the way we always did it, you know, that's,
Yeah.
oh, that's habit. We just do it that way. And I go, how many of those things that you do, that you give away your energy, do not give you anything back, but use your time, use your energy. I always give us a story like two guys in a bar arguing over politics. Energy, so much energy, they get hot, they get heated. That's how much energy they're. And I go, they're arguing, they're using all this energy. And then they walk out the bar. I say, did they change anything? Did anything just change? I go, no. Did you spend energy? Yeah, a lot. I got angry, I got hot, I got heated. I use a lot of energy. I say, you just wasted all that energy. You could have been with something you enjoyed. You could have used that same energy to enhance your life. So all of a sudden I started to realize, what if I gave everybody an energy checkbook and said, before you engage and use your energy account, is what you're going to be engaged with give you anything? Does it give you back something? And I say, if it doesn't, then you're same as just throwing money out the window. Just throw it away. I go, you can't do that. You will not survive. I'm going, that was step number one. Step number one, life is energy. Are you giving away your energy and not getting anything back? And all of a sudden I go, well, that's not a very good deal, is it? And this is why I started to then look at my life and say, I will invest my life energy into anything that improves my life or the lives of those around me, you know, my family, my friends, my community. I'm supporting, but they support me. I'm okay. But I don't give away the energy just because that's the way we've always done it. And I go, I don't care. I have to change. And that was the big change. And that was the first step that said, wait, take back power, take back control by not giving away your life energy to something that doesn't give you anything back. Now, your work, both of you, when you work, you're giving a lot of energy, but you're changing the world, and that comes back to you, okay? But it's not just throwing away energy, spinning your wheels and not doing anything. Your energy is productive. That means you're investing. Your energy is invested. It's going to give you back. And that's beautiful. But then you could look at your life and just say, oh, well, we always do that because of so-and-so. I go, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not going to the faculty meeting. That's that. And it was fun. You know why? There was a joy moment that I'll never forget, because when he walked out of the room, I just realized, oh my God, I can do what I want to do on Saturday instead of giving it away. And I tell you, once you start to feel that, then you start to look at your life, and guess what? You start cutting these things that you were putting energy into, it didn't come back. Why? More investment in yourself, more investment in your work, more investment in the things you want to do, rather than because that's habit. And I think that's a real important part of understanding that. It is really so important. It's important not to use your energy to fight a system you can't beat. What does that mean? I say, oh, like the argument in the bar with two people about politics. I'm throwing my energy and I want to change the world. And I go, are you going to be able to change the world? I show a picture of two electrodes, positive and negative, two wires. And when you touch them together, they spark and they burn and they flame, and the wires melt, and pretty soon there's not even any wire there. I go, this is your energy. This is the energy of the world community you're in. You want to change the world? You go in there and fight that world? Guess what? You're not going to win. You're going to give all your energy. I go, so what does that mean? I say, it was, I think, Buckminster Fuller, philosopher, said, don't change the world that's out there. Go over here and build the world you want.
Yeah. So you withdraw the energy and you plug it in somewhere else, and then you don't have the conflict.
Into the thing that you know you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it is. Well, good. I'm going to help over here. I got a community of other people who don't like the way it is either. Now I'll work in that community over here, but I'm not going to go back in that community and carry the poster and say, don't do this unless there's enough people
Yeah.
with you. But if you don't have a lot of people with you, what did you just do? The argument in the bar is the best example.
Yeah.
Did I change the other person's mind with my argument? No. Did they change my mind? No. But we put a lot of energy in, got hot. That's the heat. And I say, nobody changed anything, but I used this up when I could have been being in love with my partner. If I had just taken that energy and enjoyed love, I get a hell of a lot more back from being in love than making an argument out there. And all of a sudden, they're very logical. They're just logical things, you know. Another logical thing. I love this one too. You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be answering questions, or am I just making up stuff now?
No. Yeah. You just keep talking. We love what you're saying. Like I can come with some commentary and stuff, but like everybody's gonna love this. They didn't sign up. They didn't sign up to listen to us mainly. They signed up to listen to you.
We're ready for it. Come, bring it.
Bring it.
Well, there's something called the last word. And I said, what's the last word? Two people have an argument and the guy says, I got the last word. That means I won.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, last word is the same as infinity. I say, what's the smallest number, the lowest number? And any number I come up with, you can say, I can make it one lower than that.
Yeah.
And then you make it lower. And I say, wait, I can make it lower than that.
Yeah.
And I go, when's the last word? I go, there is no such thing as last word. It's infinity. What's the biggest number? You tell me the biggest number, I add one. I got the biggest number. You come back, you added another one. You got the biggest number. I go, when does this end? I go, here's what I learned. When confronting a situation like that, where someone is challenging you and you're protecting yourself, your belief about yourself, you're protecting your honor, you know. So, okay, here's the point. I'm over here enjoying my life. And someone comes up to me and says, Bruce, you're a stupid idiot. I could now argue with him and say, no, I'm not, blah, 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 because of this, but because, and then he'll come back, yeah, but because of that, you're a stupid idiot. And then there's a point I say, when does this argument stop? Till one of us dies? Okay. I say, I know how to stop the argument. You ready? Bruce, you're a stupid idiot. Yep. I guess I'm a stupid idiot. You win.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't come back and say, I told you you were a stupid idiot. I said, we already agreed on that. What was the point? There's no more argument.
Yeah.
And yet we want to perpetuate a point of view. And I say, there's no last word because you could always add another last word.
Yeah.
And another one. I say, what does that mean? You're connected to this thing. You can't get out of it. How do you disconnect? You'll never win. So what do you disconnect? Let them win.
Yeah, but you have to like divest yourself from all that.
What's
like,
that?
You have to divest yourself. You have to pull yourself out of all that. Like, and that's like one of the things we've seen. Like when we left Denmark, it must be 8 months ago now. We're back at the moment. And as soon as we left the border, we could sort of like see all the systems that we had been inside and so invested in. Like now we're back here with some good friends, and they have all these PTA school meetings, and they have to go this and there, and like they don't want to do half of it, but it's like they're in the systems, in the patterns, like they don't actually have to go to the meetings.
And I'm like, I don't miss that at all.
Yeah, we don't miss that one bit. And we invested in ourselves, like going to live in Italy for half a year and soaking up the sun during the winter. And so we pulled ourselves out of that and plugged ourselves into somewhere we actually got the energy back, like you're saying, like you pulling that wire out and sticking it in somewhere where it's being a creative force instead of a destructive
resistant
force.
Resistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Resistors heat up. When you have a resistor, heat, I love it, definition, wasted energy. In physics, when anything gives off heat, that's wasted energy because it's not organized energy, it's just heat going away, okay? So anything that makes heat is energy that's wasted. Getting into an argument with somebody, when you get all heated and you're not going to change their mind, they already got their mind made up. What are you going to do? You know, no matter how much you say, they still got their mind made up. So I'm going to waste my time, my energy, get hot, get angry, get heated. I could have been doing something good with that energy. I could have had a good time over here. But no, I used it. And you were right. What you did
How
when
do you
do
that? Like oh, sorry.
I didn't get the.
We experience. Yeah, there was no question.
I can't answer no question. Okay.
There are glitches. There are a lot of people when we came back here, like our parents' generation. They're very worried about us because we don't do as we used to do. So they're like, but the kids, they're going back to school now, right? And you need to find a proper place to live, and you need a proper job, and everything is back to normal here in Denmark.
Yeah, they want everything to be normal, and
we're like, no, we're never going back to that. I don't know how our lives is gonna be. I don't know. So our answer all the time is we don't know. We don't know about how next week is gonna look like. We have no idea.
But you can live it. You can live it now and make a pathway, or they want you to say, no, don't make your pathway. Go follow that pathway. We already did this.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't work. That pathway doesn't work. That's why we're having problems. So why should I continue adding my energy to the problem that doesn't work anyway?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Buckminster Fuller, don't try to change that. Go over here and build the one you want.
And we want to create a world like the last summit we did. We had a really good interview with a guy called Dr. Sharif Abdullah, and he has this headline of his life work, which is a world that works for everyone. And we want to create that. We want to create a world that works for everyone. And right now, the world that we're working, it seems the whole world is working towards the world that works for no one.
And thankfully so. What do you mean? You say thankfully that it's breaking and it's not working? And I go, yeah. And here's the important part, and that is this. Human civilization has been destroying nature to the extent that we humans are causing what is called a mass extinction event. And that's when some event happens and up to 90% of life disappears. And that happened when the dinosaurs were here and a comet hit near Mexico, and the web of life went crazy. The dinosaurs disappeared, 75% of life disappeared, started all over again. That was the 5th mass extinction. This is the number 6 mass extinction, but this is the one where humans are creating this.
But we get to experience it.
Congratulations, we are destroying ourselves. No. No.
Take a selfie.
Here's what it used to look like when we were here. Okay. But the point about it is this. The civilization is causing the behavior of civilization is causing the extinction. So there's a simple point. If humans are causing it, then humans are the ones that have to stop causing it because we're the ones that are doing it. I said, well, how do you stop causing it? I said, the first thing is this. You cannot live with the civilization the way it's doing it right now, because the life or programming of civilization has been so self-destructive that it's destroying the planet along with us. And so I say, so how do you get out of it? And here's the beautiful answer. You cannot build a sustainable civilization on the foundation that we are living in today, because the foundation of what we're living in today is the cause of the problem. So I said, then what does that mean? I say, you have to break the civilization down so you can build the new one from the bottom up. And so when I look at the world falling apart, you know, I go, you know, hey, yeah, great, world's falling apart. Other people are going, oh, the world's falling apart. I go, great, why? Because the only way to survive
Yeah.
is to build a new civilization.
Yeah,
And the old one is the problem. So until that breaks,
yeah,
and everyone says, let's put it together in a new way now, because that other one didn't work, then we have an opportunity. So we're in the breakdown of a civilization, but simultaneously, there's a new one forming. You're
yeah,
part
Yeah.
of
There's
the
so,
new
and
one.
there's so many people doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing it. This is what your work is saying. Look, if
Exactly.
you want to move into a better world, we can't do the way we were doing it. You have to now
No,
go
no.
this other direction. And so you, me, the people we were hanging around in the community, or what? I'm not going to go out there in the street and get a gun and shoot the people. I'll stay over here, build a new one. A lot of people will come over here
Yeah.
because the new one is so much better than the old one. And the COVID story was big because it really threw a wrench into the system.
Yeah,
And people started losing jobs, and the world changes, and what new things we need versus the old ones we don't need. These are all part of this evolution. So what I really want people to be encouraged by is the breakdown is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if it stayed, the extinction is not 1,000 years from now.
no,
NASA scientists did a global study, and their answer is profoundly important. And listen, this is what NASA's conclusion: science, industrial civilization, that's the one we're living in, industrial civilization is facing, and I want to emphasize, is facing an irreversible collapse. What do I mean irreversible? I say it's breaking. It's not coming back. So don't try to fix this. That's the problem. Let it break. And how soon? Within the next couple of decades. So this is not like, oh, in 1,000 years from now. I go, no, how about 10, 20 years from now? This is when it's going to hit, either we're going to move into the sustainable civilization, and if we don't, we'll die with the old civilization.
yeah,
That's the two choices we have. And so I'm here with you for what reason? Because collectively, what we're trying to do is help people say, disconnect. That civilization doesn't work. That's where all the problems are coming from. And that we need to move out. And I said, well, what are the rules? What do we need to do to find this new one? Well, you have life experiences that you were programmed. You didn't even realize it. This is your program to help change the world. And what you've been through, the struggles, the trials, the tribulations. I've been through my own. You've been through greater. I say, what's the point? I say, we can let that kill us, or we can use that to make ourselves stronger. And you come out of this profoundly stronger for what you've been through. A lot of people in your situation is downhill from the moment that child was born, went downhill, but not you. And I go, and why I want the audience to hear this is that you guys had a choice. You could have just given up, no problem. Or you did the high road that said, wait, we will change how we live and change that and be the model. And that's what I had to do too. When I didn't change, I could tell them the entire story, but they didn't care to hear it. When I changed, all of a sudden the story made sense.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so it's so important that's why am I here talking to you guys? Because you guys are doing something important.
And there's so many, like there's so many people out there like you, and that have pieces of the puzzle that have gone through all that like experience, the meat grinder that changed it into the ones that we are now. So that we would have these experiences ready for when all this stuff happened. Like we talked to Joel Salatin, who, like, his farming method, like he says he can basically take all the CO2 that's ever been put out into the atmosphere, like the excess CO2, within a decade, if everybody would farm like he did.
That's why the new rules.
Poultry and there's so many solutions out there. Michael Tellinger, Yeah, so there are solutions ready, like, and the stuff we've been through for well, since our daughter came in 9, prepared us for this period that's happening right now. We didn't know, but it was like, oh, okay, so this is why some of this happened.
And you can see when you look back on your life, because often it's like, I cannot see where we're going. It's awful, and maybe it won't work out. But
maybe
then
I'm doing it wrong.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's just gonna turn out really nasty or something like that. I'm not good enough. But when I look back at my life, I can see how everything fit perfectly together. Then I met that person, and then I took that trip, and then I met his friend, and then I got married to the friend, you know. And that was we got a test to see why we got a daughter, and it showed that we both had
we have a gene anomaly that 0.0018%
of the adult population in Europe has, and you need 2 of them.
And even then, there's only a 25% risk or chance of getting one like that. So it's like astronomical odds.
And we met each other in Shanghai.
Okay.
So you can see how everything fits together.
Yeah.
So that's
nice. The idea. If you see it, you see, now you saw it, but I bet you there's another couple sitting right in the house next door, maybe, that went through that, but didn't see it. And then collapsed into the conventional world. Oh my God, I'm a victim. All the things are happening to me. Oh my God, poor me, poor me. And that's what a lot of people
we've been
do.
there too.
Yeah.
What's that?
We took a long route down that first.
Yeah, we still visit that place once in a while.
Once in a while we go there. It's not a nice neighborhood, you know, but
now we know.
But the idea is, this is unknown to you at this moment of your consciousness at this moment. But what I've seen now through an understanding of the nature that we are an energy field called spirit. It's an energy field, it's quantum physics, okay? That things were connected that we never saw. That your previous life experiences got you here, got you two together with whatever reason. It was not an accident. That's what we look at. Everything is an accident. It just all happened. Just all happened. I go, there's no accidents.
There are no accidents.
We are creators. And the problem with creating is, if you don't know you're a creator and your creations are bad, then you become a victim.
Yeah, of yourself.
I would, yeah, but you didn't know. You didn't know it was you because you just saw what happened this way coming at you. You didn't see what you were going that way and how you created that. So victims feel like they're just, powerless, and that's the way life comes out. And I go, no, we're creators. And when you fully get down to create, I say, well, what are you trying to create? And I go, the whole idea of evolution is we are very powerful creators. And I love it because when I changed my whole life, which I did because the programming I grew up was all the conventional programming and all that stuff. And I was great at, I did my research and my science, and I was at big universities and I got very successful. My personal life sucked, Why? Because my programming through my parents, I was living their program. That's what happens. And not recognizing that I was playing their behavior 95% of the day. From an observer point of view, is like, why would I want to play that behavior? But I didn't know it because we all got programmed. And the reason is very simple. The brain is a computer. Yes, it is. Most powerful computer. And I go, but what about it? I say, well, in the old days, you go and buy the computer and you come home and you push start and it boots up and the screen lights up. And I go, now do something. And it's like, oh no, I can't do anything. Why? I don't have any programs.
Yeah.
Oh, then we download Word or, a web thing, Safari or Firefox. And once you put the programs in, then you can type on the keyboard. That's the creator part. The keyboard is what you add to the computer. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go, so first of all humans have brains that are computers, number one. Number two, in the last trimester of development, the last 3 months of development, for the last 3 months, the brain boots up. The screen's on.
Yeah.
Okay, but I say, but that child, that fetus, can't use a computer yet. Why? No programs. And this is why the first 7 years of a child's life, including the last trimester, is learning. I say, how do you get a program? And the answer is simple. In that 7-year period, you're not activating conscious creativity, brain function. Your brain function as a child under 7 is a lower vibration. And I mean vibration. Putting wires on a person's head, we read electroencephalography, EEG, read the brain. There are different vibrations. The lower vibration, lower than consciousness, is called theta.
Yeah.
Theta is imagination. And this is kids up through age 7 are in theta a lot. And I go, why? Because they can mix the imaginary world, theta, imagination, with their real world. So they have a tea party. They pour nothing into the cup. They drink nothing. And they talk about, that was the best tea I ever had. I go, imagination, theta. But theta is hypnosis. And this is how we got programs. You got programs because how to be a member of a family, there are a lot of rules. How to be a member of this community, we got a lot of rules. I go, well, a child to be a member, a functional member of a family and a community has to learn the rules. I say, how does an infant learn? You can't give it a book. It can't read. Nature designed the brain to be like a video recorder. Whatever it sees, it downloads. You want to know if you're a boy, generally, you observe your father's behavior because you're going to grow up and be that person. And you also then see your mother's behavior. And I say, so significance, even as a young infant, you're already recognizing what the father's behavior is because you're recording it, but you're also recognizing what mate will you find in the future? And the answer is whatever matches my mother will be the mate in the future because that's the program, mother, father, and I go, so we get these programs of how to be functional members, but by copying other people. And I go, well, that's the problem. The hard drive in the brain is the copy of the programs, okay? The keyboard is our conscious mind. That's the one that can enter the program and write what it wants. And now it comes down to this, the reality that I learned along the way is only 5% of the day are we typing on the computer what we want.
Yeah.
95% of the day we're playing the programs that we copied from other people. And they didn't answer what you wanted. That was their life. But we buy their behavior and we play it invisibly. 95% of the day, that's the behavior that's coming out. And I go, then we're not living our lives, are we? We're living
We're not even living their lives because they didn't program theirs consciously either. So it's all
they got it from generation.
Yeah.
So
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you just saw, head on over to whoselifeisitsummit.com/podcast, where you can find full-length episodes as well as in audio format, and we do a lot of other cool stuff. You can hang out with us and other like-minded individuals who want to create a world that works for everyone, and we do that on our platform where we can chat, and we have Q&As and exclusive interviews as well. So there's so much to get over there. So come on over and play with us.